What's good, everybody on YouTube? This is your boy Akil McLeod back with another video. And today is the Reseller live show. I usually do one during the week and one over the weekend. So if this is your first time checking in, you guys will always be able to know that I do one during the week, usually Wednesday or Thursday. And I do another live show on Sunday evenings. And that's usually where I answer some of you guys' questions and share some of the stuff that I picked up during the weekend from the yard sales, garage sales, and stuff like that. So I'll let a few more people chime in the chat. As usual, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop that in the chat. And this live show is going to be a little different. I'm going to share some of the stuff that I picked up from yesterday's Goodwill's 50% off sale. Now, in my area, Goodwill does 50% off sales. I believe it's the first, no, it's the second Wednesday of the month and then the last Wednesday of the month. So that's usually how the Goodwill in my area does it. And this one was a really good one. I didn't get there as I'm usually the first person in the door when these sales happen, and that way I can try to get to the best stuff. But this time I got there kind of late because I did a lot of shopping. I even hit Marshall's and I got some decent stuff there as well. So I got a ton of stuff yesterday. Yesterday was a really good day for sourcing for me, which is essential because during the next couple of months, I'm really just trying to stock up stuff for fourth quarter because, as you know, with the summer slowdown, sales aren't booming like that. So I'm really more so sourcing for the future, just trying to be proactive. So like I said, if you guys have any questions in the chat, go ahead, drop that there. And if you guys can hear me, see me clearly, everything like that, make sure you let me know. But I'm just gonna jump right into the live show and show you guys some of the stuff that I picked up from Goodwill. So this first up is this pair of Skechers shape ups, and I've sold a pair of Skechers shape ups not too long ago. I sold a pair for about I think it was $34 plus $12 shipping, and I'm probably gonna charge the exact same for these. These aren't in the best condition. There is a lot of yellowing on the midsole, as you guys can see, but for the most part, these are pretty good. So I'll probably charge the same amount, and we'll see how this one does. And this is actually a size 10 in women, so not the best size. Usually smaller sizes for me usually do a lot better, like size 8, 7, stuff like that do good. But size 10 should still sell, so we'll see how much this goes for. Next up, I tell you guys all the time, I'm trying to source just more stuff outside of clothing, and I ended up picking up an audio book, and this one was from Louis L'Amour. Never heard of this guy, but something just made me check out the comps on eBay, and I'm seeing this book sell for like $20 when it's brand new. So I figured I might as well pick this up. Nolan Strange, what up, man? What's going on, Nolan? Yeah, so pick this up for $2.99. As you guys can see, the sticker still on there. And like I said, $2.99 half off sale. Got this for $150, and it should sell for about $20. So we'll see how fast this one sells. This one here is from SN. This is a SNL like DVD series. I believe this is like third season from SNL, and these season packages usually sell really well on eBay. And the original price on this was $42. And I checked the comps on eBay, and this one's selling for about 25 to 30. So I'm thinking it should do pretty well for me. And I only paid $3 for this because the original price was $5.99. So we'll see how this one does. Hopefully it sells fast. But like I said, I'm trying to source more stuff outside of just clothing and shoes, just so that I can try to give my eBay store some more looks. Because I tell you guys all the time, if clothing isn't selling well for you right now, try selling electronics or just try selling other things outside of clothing and shoes. You got a few people in the chat. You got Nolan, Donna Baker, Mario Dones. What's going on, everybody? Beth Tillman just said I picked up 2 audiobooks for $1 each, and they sold each for $18. That's what's up. That's a good flip for me. That's a decent amount of profit. Some people like to only sell things if they're making at least $20 or more. But for me, if I'm making $5 really quickly, I'll take that $5 because I've never been anywhere where I was $5 short and they said it's okay, it's cool, you can just take it. Like $5, $10, $2, that should add up. So I'm with it. Next up is this pair of Nike Air Max, and these weren't in the best. Well, these were really, really good. I ain't gonna front. These were in really good condition. These were size 13 in men. These aren't like when I was gonna say these aren't the best. This isn't the best name. This is a simple pair of Nike Air Max. I believe these were called the Nike Air Max Correlate after I did my research on these. But these should still sell for at least $40 because I picked these up for 10. and I didn't have to do too much cleaning to them because, as you guys can see, these were in really good shape. But size 13 usually sells pretty good for me, so I'm definitely going to go ahead and list these on eBay and Poshmark. I already put these up on Poshmark. It's already 12 o'clock where I'm at, so I tried to do some work after I did my workout for the morning. So I listed a few stuff already. So if you guys go to my Poshmark closet, you'll see some of these things already listed. But a lot of these things, I'm just trying to get it up and out the door as soon as possible because, like I said, it's 12 o'clock already and I still got a ton of stuff to do. So we're gonna keep it moving with some of the clothes. Nicole Moody, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Crooked Emperor, I actually sold some Correlate shoes. They sell sooner or later. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping they sell fast. All right, so next up is this Nike track jacket, and this one was really dope. This one is actually the Nike Red Tag, and usually Nike Red Tag stuff is fleece tech, and I mean, Nike tech stuff. So this one isn't. I don't think this is Nike fleece tech or anything like that, but this is dope and it is my size, so I'm gonna keep this. This is fire, and it's like brand new. Like the fact that this was even in Goodwill is amazing to me. Like somebody just went ahead, bought this, probably wore it one time, and then just decided they didn't like it anymore. But thankfully, this is my size. I'm about to go back to the gym. Well, I worked out at home, so I'm gonna go to the gym later today because I'm trying to do 2 a days, trying to get summertime ready. And this fits me perfect. So I'm definitely gonna hold on to this. I'm just wear this for the rest of the live show. So I paid $3 for this. This would probably have sold for about $30 to $40, but I'm keeping this. So I'll just keep like that. Have you ever sold men's size 18 shoes? I saw a pair of Nikes in 18, but I left them behind. It's crazy you're asking me this. This is so crazy. I had a pair of UGG shoes in a size 18 for about 7 or 8 months, and I paid $5 for them from the UGG outlet in my area. They just sold today, and I've had them in my inventory for a very long time, and they sold today for $62. So size 18 sells. It just will take a very long time to sell. I mean, there's not a lot of people out there with a size 18 shoe and with a size 18 foot. And on top of that, you got to be real selective on their style. So I got lucky the fact that those shoes sold for me, but I would probably stick to basketball shoes, and anything else probably a little risky. But I did pretty good with those Uggs. Next up is this Salvatore Ferragamo. No, is this Salvatore? Yes, this is a Salvatore Ferragamo tie, and these ties usually sell pretty well for me. I haven't sold any ties in a while. I used to sell nothing but menswear when I first started reselling. I used to sell a lot of blazers and suits and dress shoes, and now my model has changed a little bit. Now I'm selling a lot more athletic wear because that's just the area that I'm in, and I get that more often. So this tie should sell for about maybe, I'm thinking $30. It's really nice. It has like a lion print on there, as you guys can see. Really good condition. No stains or any holes or anything like that. And this is what the Ferragamo tag looks like. Just in case you guys come across this in your area, you could definitely check that out. But this was a really good tie. I haven't found a tie worth flipping in a while. And for those of you that do sell ties, it could be lucrative if you have like a connect where you can get ties for maybe 10 cents or 25 cents, and you can just sell normal ties for like $10 and make a decent amount of profit that way. But the ties are in my area, I haven't found any really good brands, and honestly I just stopped looking, to be honest. So if you guys see stuff like Ferragamo or maybe Ketone or maybe like Versace, those higher end brands, Burberry ties do well, but a lot of the like and novelty ties, like ties that have like a character on it, or maybe it's like a Looney Tunes, those also do pretty well. But I'm just like not finding those in my area. We got some more people chiming in. Hi, Akil. I'm glad I caught you live. That's what's up. I'm glad I was able to just, switch it up a little bit, start a live show early, sometimes start it late, just so that more people can catch these live shows. You know anything about Bruno Magli dress shoes for men? Yes, Bruno Magli dress shoes, they sell pretty well for me. The last pair I found was a pair of loafers, and those sold for about $60. And I paid, I think, $5 or $6 for those. And I did have to clean them up. So if you're trying to sell dress shoes, I suggest you pick up some like black shoe polish or brown shoe polish, and just always have it on hand so you can make shoes look really good, nice and shiny. And that way you can attract more buyers, because even if they do have some scuffs and scratches, they might still sell, but you can always just ask top dollar if it's in really good condition. Got some more people chiming in. Jerry Garcia ties do well for me. I'm not familiar with that name, but now that you're telling me, I'm gonna definitely be on the lookout for that because, like I said, I don't sell ties as much as I used to. But Jerry Garcia sounds like something I might have to check out. Favorite YouTube channel? That's what's up. I'm glad I'm on. I'm one of the favorites. There's a lot of competition out there, so I'm glad I'm your favorite. Thank you. Next is this Ariat jacket, well, a vest. This is an Ariat vest for women, and this is a size extra small. And Ariat is one of those brands that people are more familiar with when it comes to their boots and shoes. But I've sold Ariat clothing a few times in the past. And Ariat clothing does really well for me. The last jacket I had, I think I sold that for like $80, and it was brand new with tags. So this vest, size extra small, I'm thinking this I might get maybe $40 for this, maybe 35, but I only paid like $2 for this vest. So this should definitely sell pretty quick for me, hopefully. Ariat stuff usually sells pretty fast. So that's something to be on the lookout for because I don't think a lot of people talk about that brand outside of boots and cowboy boots. Next is this pair of golf pants, and I've been selling a ton of golf stuff lately. Anything golf related, I'm picking it up. It doesn't matter whether it's golf shoes, whether it's polos. I'm selling it almost as fast as I can list it. So this stuff is really good to be on the lookout for. Pair of plaid pants, and plaid pants usually does well for me. These Nike golf pants, they're always people are always searching for this stuff. So the stuff that people search for is the stuff that I sell. I don't like to pick up stuff that is a chance or maybe possibly can sell. Everything I sell is stuff that I know people are looking for. I try to stay on trend, and this is definitely something to pick up. Not a ton of profit. I paid $2 for these. These might sell for 25, but they're gonna sell fast. So if you guys come across Nike golf pants, let me show you guys the tag. The Tour Performance stuff is probably the better ones to pick up. There's a ton of different like Nike pants, but the Tour Performance stuff is probably the best one to get. Next is something that probably won't. Let me check the chat real quick. I love your advice. My next move is to be going to sneakers. Thanks to you. You're an inspiration. Thank you very much. When it comes to sneakers, sneakers is my favorite things to sell. Like it's easy to take photos of. It's easy to ship. And when it comes to shoes, I'm passionate about sneakers. I love sneakers my whole life. So it's something that I just enjoy doing. And it has a really high profit margin when it comes to sneakers. Sometimes you might find a pair of shoes for $10 and it sells for 100, which is amazing. Or sometimes you might find a pair of shoes for $10 and it sells for 40. And that's still really good to me. Some people say that's not enough profit, but for me, I'll do those type of flips all day long. So sneakers, definitely something to be getting into if you aren't already. Next is this pair of Eileen Fisher pants, and these are corduroy pants. So these might not sell anytime soon, but I only paid I think $250 for these pants. So me seeing a pair of Eileen Fisher corduroy pants, really good condition, practically looking brand new. It really is like damn near brand new. So something like this I couldn't say no to. This is probably gonna be maybe sit around for maybe a month or two because I'm pretty sure nobody's buying corduroy, but I'm still gonna list it on Poshmark. You'll see. You never know. And Eileen Fisher is one of the few women's brands that I know, but Eileen Fisher usually always sells for me when I get it, so that's why I picked it up. Next is how do you know what's on trend? So I just do a ton of research when it comes to being on top of stuff that's on trend. So when I say research, I check stuff like GQ, or I might check Mr. Porter website, or I might just I'm not necessarily on Instagram often, but when I was on Instagram, I would follow a lot of fashion channels. And you would just see, you just pay attention to what people are wearing. And usually it's the same type of stuff. It might be a particular color that's on trend, and you might just pay attention to that. It might be a certain print that's on trend, and you pay attention to that. For right now, in terms of me doing research, I follow other reseller channels. And I just do, like I said, I'll do the research. I check GQ, I check all of these media outlets that we have. And I just try to follow those as closely as possible. And when I come across it in a thrift store, then I know to pick it up. It's still cold overseas. Yeah, so hopefully it sells because, hopefully it sells. I sent out a lot of corduroy pants yesterday. Okay, that's what's up. So y'all giving me some hope. Hopefully they sell. Akil, do you have any experience with Patagonia suede sneakers for men? I never even heard of them. How do I price them, please? These Patagonia shoes and sneakers, they don't have a ton of resale value. I think the vintage ones do a lot better, but Patagonia clothing sells better than the shoes, at least in my experience. They usually sell for about, I've seen them sell as low as $20 and as high as like 50. I haven't seen any comps really high. So if yours is in really good condition, I'll probably price it between 40 and 50. Accept offers, see how it goes. But Patagonia shoes and boots haven't really, doesn't have a ton of resale value. So when I see it, I still pick it up if it's in good condition. But I've passed on a ton of Patagonia shoes only because I know it doesn't sell for a lot of profit. And the thrift stores in my area, they love Patagonia. So if they see Patagonia shoes, they're going to charge the same as eBay is going to charge. So I tend to pass on it. Next is a pair of pants from the brand Ted Baker. And these are a pair of slacks. It's a dope like print on there. So let me zoom on it so you guys can check that out. It's like a kind of like a polka dot situation, but it's real dope. The inside is dope as well. It has a nice little print on here, as you guys can see. And this is what the Ted Baker logo looks like. And Ted Baker stuff doesn't sell crazy for me. I don't find it often, but it usually will sell for maybe 30 to $40. These are in really good condition, so I'm hoping somewhere closer to $40. I pick up a lot of their blazers. I pick up a lot of their suits, but Ted Baker dress shirts, I don't usually pick those up too much. But pants usually sell pretty good for me. And like I said, blazers and suits. So these will probably go for about maybe 30 to $40. And I picked these up for $250 as well. So Ted Baker's always good to me. Good afternoon, all. That's what's up. Good afternoon to you as well. Next is a pair of Levi's 511 jeans. And these are like an acid wash pair of jeans. And I don't usually pick up acid wash jeans. I see them fairly often, but this reminds me of like Urban Outfitters, stuff like that. That's why I don't tend to pick it up, because I know people can get these anywhere and their prices are probably going to be a lot lower. But since this was the half off sale, I said, why not pay $3 for it? And I figured I can at least get maybe 20 to 25 bucks for these. And these are Levi's 511, and 511 is probably one of the few Levi jeans that I do pick up. So I'll be putting these up on Poshmark, see how fast they sell. It's a nice slim fit, and that's what people usually are looking for. So hopefully they sell fast. But like I said, $3 and possibly 25. Can't go wrong with that. And first time catching you live. That's what's up. I'm glad you guys can check in. All right, Mario, I'll see you in the next one. And last, but I think this is the last pickup I got. But this was the best pair of the day so far. The best find of the day. This was a pair of Nike Air Jordan 8s, and this is in the South Beach colorway. And I picked these up for, how much was this? Still got the tag right here. So this was from Crossroads. This actually, I didn't get this from Goodwill. I got this from Crossroads because it's like maybe 2 blocks away from Goodwill. So I walked over there just to see what they had. And it was crazy because it was like maybe 10 pairs of shoes, all in the same size. And this one guy, the worker told me one guy dropped off their whole sneaker collection because they were moving and they just couldn't hold on to these shoes. And the girl even asked him, why don't you try selling your stuff online? And he said he just doesn't have time. So that was something that kind of just was kind of like opened my eyes a little bit more to the normal person that that doesn't have like an entrepreneurial mindset, or doesn't have like a business mindset, or just doesn't have patience, period. A lot of people, they just want to get rid of stuff. And as you guys know, you take it to somewhere like Crossroads or Buffalo Exchange, they're only going to give you 50% off. They're only going to give you 50% of what they're going to sell it for. And if you take cash, they're only going to give you 30%. So who knows what his situation was, but he just got rid of a ton of shoes. And this was probably the best one there. And even though this $55 was pretty steep, I know I can at least get 110 for these. And I already listed these on Poshmark as well. But I'm pretty sure I can get at least 110. I checked the comps and I was seeing them sell for like 120. I seen brand new sell for like 160. So we'll see how long these take to sell. I'm not going to let these go for anything less than like 110, 115, just because I have so much money involved. But after fees, I'm probably going to make at least 25 to $30, and that's good enough for me. Some people, that might not be enough. That might be too much risk involved, spending 55 only to make about 30. But for me, I'm happy with it. I'll do that type of stuff all day. Somebody said cool shoes. Thank you very much. I need to learn more about shoes. I'll probably continue doing more videos about sneakers and dress shoes and stuff like that, because when it comes to shoes, sometimes you might pick up a pair of Jordans and they might be completely worthless. And sometimes you might find a pair of Nikes and it could be worthless as well. So just because it's a certain brand doesn't necessarily show its value. So I'll probably do some more videos on shoes just to help you guys out a little more on there. But shoes, like I said, is one of my favorite things to sell for several different reasons. We find a ton of shoes in our area. What area are you in? If you're in LA, let me know. I might do a meetup in LA pretty soon. But when it comes to shoes, I just love selling it. Nice pickup. I never went to Crossroads or Plato's yet. Yeah, those two, Crossroads, Plato's, Buffalo Exchange, I source in those areas a lot. I try to go to those type of places as often as possible because just like that situation where that one guy dropped off a ton of shoes in one day. Those situations happen all the time. And I found some really crazy stuff in places like Crossroads and Buffalo Exchange. And it really just depends on the worker. Sometimes the buyer bringing in those items, sometimes they might not know what they have. And it could be a $200 pair of shoes and they just price it for $25 because they don't know any better. And sometimes they might price stuff that's not necessarily worth it, but because they see Jordan or Nike, they price it at $100, just hoping that it sells. So you just got to be consistent, just like anything else. And I go there often. I go at least once or twice a week just to see what they got. And I check the clothes as well, but they're a little more knowledgeable on clothing. I usually get big home runs on shoes when I go to those type of places. Deb Keith says she's in LA. I shop at the LA bins. How are the LA bins? Bins in my area are not that. Now I'm not gonna say they're not that good because I honestly don't go. I don't like the environment of the Goodwill bins. I think it's kind of rough. When I say rough, it's very competitive. There's the same people go basically every day, so it's like it's very cliquey. And you got to be swift, you got to push, you got to elbow people, and that's not my style. Especially I'm not gonna elbow some like a mom or a grandma. I'm not gonna do that. So I just don't like being there. But I've definitely heard a lot of crazy stories where people come across some super rare stuff at these Goodwill bins. So I know opportunity is there, but it's just not my environment. It's just not my style. But I know I'm pretty sure people do a lot of home runs. Debbie Keith, I don't elbow. That's good. Don't do that. We're in Vegas, but we source in California and Arizona and states we travel a lot. That's what's up. I'm trying to move to Arizona soon. And I also got some. I'm probably gonna do another video soon, but we definitely going to Posh Fest. We are going to Posh Fest. I'm gonna probably do another video soon about this, but we are definitely going to Posh Fest, and that's gonna be in Phoenix, Arizona this year. But that's basically they leave a ton behind. Yeah, the bins. The thing with the bins, if in case I'm saying the bins and people aren't familiar with what the bins are, basically the Goodwill bins is like the last stop for a lot of these clothes. The first stop is usually a Goodwill, and if it doesn't sell there, then it will end up in the bins. And the bins is basically just they push out these huge big blue bins of clothing, and it's not sorted in any particular way, and people just kind of ravage through them and try to find the gems in the bins of clothing. So if you're not familiar, that's basically a quick synopsis of what the bins are. But I've heard some crazy stories. People finding high-end stuff, like authentic stuff, even finding bags with money in it. Like the bins is a huge opportunity. I might have to try it out because I'm selling it to y'all and I'm like getting hyped. So I might have to do it. Akil, I just picked up a Peter Millar golf shirt. Thanks for the brand names. I'm glad I could help. Peter Millar Summer Comfort. Peter Millar Summer Comfort usually sells better than the just Peter Millar, but you should still get at least $20 for that Peter Millar shirt. Akil, do you try to pick up hype releases, limited Nikes or hype brands to resell? I have in the past. That was like just like anybody else. I tested it out, and the thing with that for me, I'm not gonna completely dismiss it, but my few experiences with it just didn't pay out as well as I thought it did. I actually won a pair of I won the raffle and I was able to pick up a pair of Yeezy, I believe it was the Wave Runners, and I paid regular retail price. So after taxes, I think it was like $315 or something like that. And I ended up selling it on eBay for like $360, and I waited a very long time. I probably waited a month or 2 months to actually flip it. And by that time, they already did a second drop. And the price went down, and I probably made $20 after everything was all said and done. And as you guys know, when it comes to these raffles, or it comes to waiting in the like for sneakers app, or even in the Adidas app, when you're in the waiting room, you could be waiting for hours, and to make $20 after waiting like 2.5 hours just to get something just isn't to me, it isn't worth it. So that's my opinion on hype stuff. If you got a bot, if you have access to bots, that's probably your best way. If you have a connection to somebody that owns a brick and mortar, and they have some type of connection to Nike or Adidas, that could be a good way to get into the hype stuff. But if you're just a regular guy trying to get into it, not gonna say it's impossible, but it's definitely tough. Supreme, I also tried doing Supreme. I sold like maybe 10 things from Supreme over the years. I just haven't made a ton of profit because, as you guys know, when it comes to these hype stuff, if you don't sell it immediately, the hype dies down and nobody cares anymore. And that's happened to me a few times. Got a Pendleton wool shirt in a picked over bin. It was like new. Of course, I'm in Florida. It sold in 2 days. Yeah, Pendleton is a great shirt. So anytime I find it, it usually sells pretty quick. I have one in stock right now. Now is not the season, of course, but I mean, when it does sell, I'll probably get at least $40. You have to go to the bins many times because it changes every day. Yeah, I heard that they keep swapping it out. They every few hours or every few minutes, they keep swapping it out. If I lived closer to the bins, like if the bins were as close as where my Goodwill is, I probably would go. The swarm moves jumping at a bin, then they leave. Wave runners were good when they first came out. Wave runners were really good. And now wave runners, I think, the price probably went up a little more since they haven't released them in a while. So I think if I probably held on to them a little longer, I would have made more money. But wave runners is pretty good. Supreme also has died down for regular items. Really has to be ingrained in what collab. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you can't just go to the Supreme website, buy a Supreme hat, and then try to flip it. That's not necessarily how it works. It got to be the hype stuff. It got to be the stuff that other it got to be the stuff the kids are talking about. It got to be a dope collab that's worth buying, unless, otherwise otherwise it's not going to work. Do an LA meetup. I definitely think I'm going to do an LA meetup. It's summertime. I figure why not? More of us got some more free time. Probably do one soon, probably in the next couple of months, sometime during the summer for sure. If you guys got any questions, drop it in the chat. It's 12:30 on my end, so I think I'm about to list a few more stuff, list some of these audio books and these DVDs, just because it's going to take me like 2 minutes to do that. List some of these things, head to the gym, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. I'm probably going to do another video pretty soon because we got a big announcement. So if you guys support the channel, drop a like before you leave, before the video ends, because anytime you guys hit that like button, it always goes a long way. And I'm gonna see you guys. Hold on, let me get to this one question. Nice finally made a live stream. You turned me on to cool that I would have always passed on because I had no clue. I've picked up a few jackets that should sell for $30 profit. That's what's up. Cool is a good brand, one of my favorite brands to sell. So I'm glad I was able to help. So yes, hit the like button, share the video, let the video get out to more people. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.